You don't have an Oracle master agreement when cloud services. They have a new thing. It's called Cloud Services Agreement, CSA. I'm not going to talk about this today, so I'm just going to cover this one because I think this is more interesting for us. You might actually want to go and have a look at this contract just to get familiar with the contract. I'm not going to go into this, but I could see that they're missing something in this contract, and maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong. But what will happen when if you sign a cloud agreement, and typically it's 3 to 5 years or even 1 year, what will happen when you're up for renewal? If you're not requesting this contract term, because it is not listed in this contract that I found, which was City of Lincoln, Nebraska. Basically, what this means, okay, so they actually have some option years, which is sort of their renewals fees. But typically, what Oracle is saying is they can request 10% increase. But there's a lot of you cannot reduce the quantities. If you're buying cloud services for 1,000 users, then you determine that we don't need all of these users, and then you're going to renew. Oracle can suddenly increase the renewal price. So it's very important when you're looking at Oracle Cloud Services to make sure that you have a price protection for a maximum increase. Services delay, and that's basically the purpose of requesting this. This is also not in this contract. You can correct me if I'm wrong about this, but services delay basically mean if let's say that you've signed a contract now 1 week ago or 10 days ago, which was the end of Oracle audit, the cloud services would start. Basically, you're paying for every day that you purchase cloud services, but you might not go live until 3 or 6 months in the future. Then it's better to have a later day, which basically means that you're not going to waste these months while you're ramping up the cloud services. So it's important that you request this contract term from Oracle so that you can sort of push the start date for your cloud services. Shelving on-premise software. So Oracle have introduced a contract term allowing you to shelve on-premise licenses and buy Oracle Cloud Services. And this is really good because it also allows you to stop paying maintenance if you're going to Oracle Cloud, and then you're just going to pay the cloud services. If you ever in the future, you don't want to terminate the licenses because you might want to go back to on-premise in the one time in the future. Things can change. Maybe the world is going to swing back to on-premise environments. So it's important that you keep the licenses and are not paying support for them. And how are Oracle sort of helping customers? And we're usually sort of not very positive to Oracle, but I think this is a very good move from Oracle, is that they are giving you now, if you signed a cloud contract now 6 months ago, for example, or let's say 10 days ago, you would not need to pay maintenance for 6 months. So Oracle is basically giving you free support for your on-premise environments while you're sort of transitioning. You've signed an Oracle Cloud agreement. If you sign it, you don't need to pay the maintenance for 6 months. So they're basically giving you a 6 months ability to keep on running everything on premise while you're getting ready for the Oracle Cloud or